Hello Taurus, Elsie here to give you a reading. And how are ya? Happy weekend to you. I hope you're well. Just thought I'd drop in to drop some cards for you, give you some energy for the weekend. Let's look at Taurus, please. My bull gang. I am your Taurus sister. Taurus is my sun sign. Here we go. Thank you for coming. By the way, if you've just walked in here recently and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will stay. They did see quite a few come in the last week or so. So welcome here. I hope you'll play with us in the comments. We like to be there to talk to each other. And please reach out and hit that thumbs up if you like this content. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what is happening right now. Right now as we throw down these cards. Give me some energy. Tell me what Taurus needs to know. All right. We've got the Moon. Got the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands. I think the King's going to decide to be brave, and I don't think you see it. King of Wands, right? Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, the person who is kind of impulsive in their decision making, a little bit in their ego, right? This person is very much about their passions, right? And fulfilling those passions, no matter what they are. And it feels like the King here is looking directly at the Nine of Wands here, that maybe this King is the wounded warrior and is deciding to drop that burden. Just deciding to be kinder to the self, it feels, Taurus. Somebody here is deciding to be kinder to the self. Now, I feel like this person was hiding from you. It feels like they were hiding from you, like hiding behind a fear wall. But this person has decided that, you know, 1 and 9 is 10. We're just going to drop the burdens. Tell me more. Justice. Interesting. Taurus, you don't see that there's justice coming. Four of Cups. Did you offer the King a cup, Taurus? It feels like wherever the King is somewhere where they're bored. There's really nothing happening for them emotionally. This person is being inspired. Inspired to sacrifice something. To sacrifice the Four of Cups, maybe? Oh, someone's going to be vulnerable because they're dropping the burdens. Understood. Someone is about to be vulnerable and to tell you about the things that they've been thinking of the heart. This person's been really looking at this situation carefully from every possible corner or direction, right? And this person, I feel, is someone who could be Pisces energy, or they could be a fire with water. We could have Libra energy here, so it could be fire, water, and air. It feels like there is some sort of justice that's coming for you, Taurus. I can't get away from that feeling. Justice that you don't see. That somebody here who could be a fire sign has been quiet or not saying anything. This person has been, it's like it's been a sacrifice to be in their energy where nothing is going on. But they continue to stay there because they feel like they need to go over more details. It's sort of, these are both really stagnant energies, right? You can get into this rut and you can stay here for a while, but it looks like someone is going to be dropping the burdens, and I feel that that's this. I feel like it's this emotional redundant energy, and this somebody here is going to be inspired to use their intuition to think about maybe someone who had offered a cup. Someone who they thought, no, that person's never going to be for me. No, bro. No, thanks. That's what it feels like. Like somebody may have turned you away almost like with, no, that's not for me. Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels like it was the King. But I feel like the king feels now that he's acted impulsively, which is something the king will do, right? 3 of Cups. So the king in the future is thinking about, or maybe you are, about some sort of a reunion. What else do we have here? 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. Standing my ground. I'm not saying anything. I'm not being vulnerable. So it feels like what's going on? Taurus, it feels like somebody here is going to communicate, or wants to communicate, wants to have the reunion, but it feels like they're still going to be stuck in their ways. They're not going to be very vulnerable, or they've been holding on to this idea of reuniting with you. But somebody here is standing their ground, right? We have the 7 of Wands. Somebody here has not really, they're very defensive and sort of protective, and somebody wants to have the reunion. I think it's the king that wants to have the reunion, but it feels like they don't know if they can be vulnerable enough with you. Page of Wands. Maybe this person is just sort of immature. They could be younger than you. They don't have to be. But this is someone who beats themselves up about when they're going to win, if they're going to win. Someone is really hard on themselves. Okay. Yeah. So it feels like somebody here with the Page of Wands and the 5 of Wands and the Devil, it feels like somebody here is really hard on themselves. Oh God, I'm toxic. This, Taurus is never going to want me. Or this is maybe fear. It's all the things that you feel. It's the doubt, it's the fear, it's the toxicity. Is this going to work out? This person really is very hard on themselves. Somebody's beating themselves up over not sending you some sort of a passionate message. It feels like in the future they will, once they get connected to themselves and realize who they are. I feel like that there has been silence or blocking going on here. And I feel like someone is going to communicate with you. They are going to give you reciprocity, but understand they also might be giving to someone else. You might not be the only one. All right. All right. We could read the bottom of the deck forever, right? Sure could. All right. Let's take a look at some Lenormand, see what other energies we can get here for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up in the Moon? What sort of justice does Taurus not see coming? What Taurus does not see coming is that someone is paying attention to who they left in the distance. Taurus, it feels like someone left you behind. And this person, I feel, is coming to a realization that they've left you behind. We have card number 14, which tells me that this could be energy of temperance that's involved here. But 4 and 1 is 5. It also could be wisdom, because that is the Hierophant. We have the 9 of clubs on the bottom right-hand corner, which is the 9 of wands, which is right here. So it feels like somebody wants to go back, but they're scared. They want to drop their burdens. They want to go back for what they think they left in the distance, or somebody is looking over their shoulder. It's masculine. It feels like someone feels if they don't go back to the past, or if they don't look over their shoulder, they're not going to get the justice. Just listening, sorry, Taurus. There is somebody here that's coming in to get their justice, Taurus, and you don't see them. I believe it's a masculine, or you could be the masculine, because we're already talking about the king. We could be talking about 2 masculines. But masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter, right? We're not reading body parts, we're reading energies. And, both of these people have masculine and feminine energies. I feel it's majority leaning masculine, but there is feminine energies here nonetheless. So it feels like that there is some sort of justice coming to you, Taurus. Somebody feels like they left you behind. It could be a masculine, or you could be the masculine. This person is the one that's in contemplation, the one that's been in the Hanged Man energy, the one that is trying to drop their burdens. Because when we can drop our burdens, the 10 of Wands, right, we can go right back to the Ace of Wands and have a passionate new beginning. There is an Ace of Cups, bottom right-hand corner of this card with the masculine, and it feels like the masculine is waiting. Waiting to get inspired, waiting to have some sort of an inspiration or an answer about the Nine of Wands. When is it time to just throw it all down and say, I'm done, and throw my hands in the air, or throw it all down and go and get my person? The number 2 card, not the 2 of, but the number 2 card is an indicator in the Lenormand of abundance, right? Luck, abundance, a lot of things that are going to be growing in your favor, like growing like wildfire, because that's what these dandelions do, or they almost smell like tell me what this is. I don't know what it is, but it feels like it's something that turns into a dandelion or a sapweed, or I think I have the wrong word for it, but it is attached to the 4-leaf clover. So it feels like something really good grows rapidly, because it feels like a weed grows really, really quick. I don't know if this is a flower or not. Haven't looked at the book, but also I feel it's intuitive energy, because it is card number 2, right? That's the number of the High Priestess. We do have the 6 of Pentacles in the bottom right-hand corner. So it feels like somebody is thinking, the king, I feel, is thinking about something that would grow. This king is thinking, you know what, this emotional thing could grow really quickly, could grow really fast. It's probably a lucky bet that it's going to grow fast. Somebody here, again, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. Somebody here wants to give you reciprocity, but I do feel that they're already giving to someone else. The king, I feel, is looking into the past, and this fox here is looking into the past as well. It's like somebody doesn't want to be outfoxed, so they're staying under the radar. Yeah, it feels like somebody's staying under the radar and watching you. It feels like the king might be on the approach, Taurus, but it feels as though he wants to make sure that he has enough, wants to make sure that things are on point, that the intuition is there, that I really do want to drop these burdens and want to come forward, and I want to share my energy with this person. I feel like that this is your person being scared to come forward, but is inspired to do so. I feel like the universe is going to inspire them to do so, because there is some sort of feelings that are going on here. Taurus, some sort of feelings. So I do believe it's the masculine that wants to have a new beginning, that is holding the cup, that has a lot of emotion that they've been holding back. It feels like a real sacrifice for them to come forward and tell you how they feel. It feels like someone is struggling with allowing you to see them or see what they're up to. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. So someone's being really quiet or not very, yeah, it feels like somebody's being very quiet in the moon energy. I'm looking at what happened back there, looking over my shoulder. I need balance from whatever happened back there, because now I'm behind the fear wall. It's like something happened in the past to you or your person, take it as it resonates, and somebody is thinking about going back there to make it better. Like it feels really overwhelming as somebody looks back into the past and realize that they were in a position to say something and they didn't. They kept quiet about it. And now they're just keeping quiet in the moon energy right now. It's like it feels like somebody is ready to come forward and speak to you, Taurus. It feels like that's the process that I'm feeling here. Somebody really needs justice. They have a lot of opportunities, but they don't want to pick one. They have their eye on whatever's in the past. Might be this. Just saying. That they might have feelings for you that they still haven't, that they're just discovering now. Or that they're thinking about. So the king is going to drop the burdens. It will be a time of rejoice, I think. It will be a time of us getting back together, having a happy time, maybe going on a date, maybe getting back into the soul tribe or a meeting of the soul tribe where you might see them. It's a happy time, an emotionally happy time. This person has come to the realization that they are giving more. You know, they are giving to another person right now, Taurus. They could be in a relationship right now. It feels like the Six of Pentacles, they want to give you reciprocity, but it feels like right now, if they had you in the mix, they wouldn't be giving you everything because they're sharing with someone else right now. Just listening. Yeah, it's like somebody's just slipping someone a little something. One person's getting the most, right? The big basket. The other one's just getting slipped a few coins here. So it feels like your person is probably here thinking about sacrificing someone. They're going to have to sacrifice someone else in order to be with you, in order to take you out or ask you out. They know they have to get rid of the third party. Yeah. This could be a decision for the masculine, or it could be a decision of a masculine making this decision about you. We have the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Just listening. So the king knows that there is ultimate happiness here. There is wish fulfillment. And the king also knows that when water, that it feels like the water, and I'm looking at these, and it's like when water hits these, that it will blow up. It will just start to increase. Abundance will increase. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Someone's made a decision to move forward no matter what. It does feel like somebody wants to make the decision to reach out to you. The Four of Cups, it's someone you haven't heard from in a while. Someone who's been hiding their feelings. Someone who had not really come to terms with their feelings. But card number 2 tells me that intuitively they know, Taurus, that you are the wish fulfillment. Yeah. The king is someone who can be impulsive, as I said, move quickly, but it's always going to come in for the passion first. So be aware, Taurus, that this could start out as a physical connection. And you have to use your own discernment about that. I don't know who we're talking about here, and please don't make any major decisions based on a general reading. But this is somebody here that you see as wish fulfillment. I feel that you see the King of Wands as the wish fulfillment. It feels like it's going to grow really rapidly here, but it just needs to get off the ground. And the only way it's going to get off the ground is if the king gets out of the Four of Cups, I believe. That's the only way. We need to move forward here. Somebody is stuck. Yeah, Seven of Swords, or sorry, Seven of Wands. Somebody is stuck. They want this reunion, right? We see it twice now, right? The third party's over. We want the reunion, but somebody is still in the Four of Pentacles, staying really, really quiet, and they're stuck. So there is communication coming, and I feel like I tell you this every damn week. There's communication coming, but this person has to make the decision to become unstuck first, right? They have to decide that they don't want to stand their ground, that they want love more than they want to stand their ground. Let's talk about the communication, Taurus. Tell me about this communication here. There is feelings here, though. There is. Someone's coming to terms. It's like someone has realized that there is no way that they can give to two people. This could be you. Maybe you're in a relationship right now and you're waiting on someone else, but that other person's not coming in because there is an energy recollection here that you're giving to someone else, or someone knows, they see it online, or they heard from another person that you're giving your abundance to someone else, whatever that means to you, whatever the abundance is. It doesn't have to be money. Tell me about the communication that's coming, please, from the person who's been standing their ground. My heart's broken. I'm disappointed. What are you disappointed about, my friend? I'm disappointed about walking away and emotionally disconnecting. It may have been, this person may be thinking about this for a long while. The sun, or sorry, this here up in the sky, yeah, the moon, the sun, to me is kind of eclipse energy. So it could be since the eclipse. It could be somebody who I forget when those eclipses were, y'all. That's okay. I don't need to know, but nonetheless, if you want to look it up for yourself, it feels like somebody here is disappointed that somebody else walked away. It could have been around the eclipse. It doesn't have to be. Somebody walked away here. It might have been the person who was kind of stuck. They felt that they were getting their justice by walking away. So this is the conversation, right? The communication's coming and the person's saying, look, I detached from you. I walked away. I thought I was going to get my justice, but instead I got disappointed. So this person may have gone back to another thing or just decided against taking the cup. And then this person ends up doing some healing. So it feels like there's been a lack of communication here, very spotty communication. It feels like they always did want to communicate, but they just didn't feel like they could. They may have been dealing with an Empress in reverse, or they feel as though that this is no longer an abundant connection. So maybe they're checking in with you. Like, are you still into me? Like, do you want to go out? That's the beginning here, I feel, before we even get to the dates and all of that. It's like somebody might be telling you here that, look, for some of you, it's, look, I was with this person that I didn't realize was the Empress in reverse. This person wasn't taking care of me. They looked great on the outside, but they weren't, taking care of my needs. They weren't fulfilling me emotionally. They weren't fulfilling me mentally. Like, this person is kind of in it for themselves, right? The Empress is someone who doesn't really care if, who takes out the garbage or when that happens, because she's off to the salon to get her hair done. So, it could be she, it doesn't have to be, right? Masculine or feminine. But with the Four of Wands in the reverse, it feels like somebody's going to tell you that they were in a relationship that is no longer working out because they're just not compatible with the person that they're with. Then we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is all of it's going to move really slow. You're not going to get all of the information that you want right away because this person's not being vulnerable. I don't think you see all of this coming. They are going to tell you about how emotionally overwhelmed they feel about leaving you in the past. I believe that's the justice you're going to get. And I also feel like it leads to romance, leads to dating. It feels like two people get together because we got to talk about this really big elephant in the room that happened. We need to talk about this. And in meeting up again, I think it begins again. Yeah, there we go. We offer the cup, right? So the Two of Cups are there. And it's a surprise that this person offers a cup to you. You didn't think that they would because there's been no communication, right? It's been Four of Pentacles for a very long time with the two of you. But things are going to move fast from here. Yeah, I feel like it's like a weed that gets watered and it goes off like wildfire. That's what it feels like here. All right. Some advice, Taurus, and we'll let you go. Let's take a look here. Taurus. Advice for Taurus, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What does Taurus need to know about this reading, please? Taurus. Got peace. So this person just needs peace. Yeah, it's like something brewing under the surface, right? The moon card is here. This is all the stuff you don't see going on, that you are going to get peace. You are going to get justice. Somebody is choosing you, even though they feel overwhelmed. They feel like they've left you behind and they're coming back to get you or communicating with you to let you know why they left you behind. We have the release. It says here, I feel like when you two come together, it's a conversation about releasing grudges, wounds, and pent-up feelings, and things that happened in the past. This person realizes now that they want to make a sacrifice. They want to end whatever third party they have going on, and they want to be with you. It's the inspiration, yeah, to let one of these people go so they can have you in the reunion. Self-awareness, and that's what brings it all together. And I don't know if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk on YouTube, but you should, because Gary V says if you don't have self-awareness, you don't have nothing. And it's true. If you cannot look at yourself in a very specific way that helps you understand that you, Taurus, have the patterns, you also have routines and patterns that you must question. It's not always the other person, right? We should all be doing the self-assessment. And if you're not self-aware, you're not really going to do much in this life. And that's okay, because maybe it's your first time here, and maybe it's the first time and you're just getting your feet wet, right? It all depends on where we are in our learning and how many times we've come back to self-awareness. How many times have we woken up and figured out where we are? But I feel like you should be tapping into the higher self. You are supposed to be questioning your own patterns. And I think that's the work that you're supposed to be doing. And then boom, this comes along. So I think you're working on yourself ultimately, that you're probably in the 9 of Cups, because that's where you are in your self-awareness, that you're happy. You're just happy that things are moving forward for you, that things are going well. And then, boom, this person shows up. Ask your angels. Make sure that you're always asking for divine guidance. Okay. Since we are about love, let's do one love oracle. A piece of advice for Taurus, please. Oh, yes. Yeah, we should. Charlie said that we should use my deck to get some details. We absolutely should. We have romance. There we go. Cupid's arrow strikes. That's what it is. It is about romance. Who are we talking about, Taurus? Let's get some details. Who are we talking about? So the end of waiting is near. It's someone that you've been waiting on, a situation that you've been waiting on, and the end of waiting is near. It's very close. It says use your intuition. Use your intuition and you'll know who I'm talking about. It could be a younger masculine. Younger than who? Well, maybe it's younger than you, but this could also be someone who's quite immature. And when I say immature, I don't mean it in a derogatory or disparaging way. I really mean it, though, is that this someone is kind of young and spry and free, and, you know, there's someone who doesn't feel the weight of the world. There's a cycle that's about to close here, and you should be prepared for a deeper connection. Romance, Cupid strikes arrow, right? Cupid arrow strikes, or at the backwards. So looking within, it says live in alignment, and it's the end of a difficult period. It says here the end of the waiting is near, which would be connected to the 9s if you are seeing any 9s. Soulmate connection. And it's end of a difficult time here. It looks like you're supposed to remember your worth and make sure that you're living in alignment in order to call in the person who is on your vibration. Because remember, like attracts like. If you are a person who is attracting a lot of, you know, narcissistic people or people who are abusing you emotionally or mentally, you might want to check your self-love, right? Because you are calling in people on your vibration. Cold as ice. Major attraction. This person is not going to show you their feelings right away. They have a major attraction to you, Taurus, but they're not going to show you that. They're going to show you the emotional them first. Before they show you about how attracted they are to your meat suit, they're going to seek emotional communication with you first. And that's probably starting in the next few weeks. Y'all, it's coming close. I'm telling you it is. Taurus. There you go. Yeah. Now is the time for you, Taurus. We talk about that. It's 2023 is your time, Taurus. Now is the time, for sure. Yeah, I think so. You're seeing a lot of 1s. Don't give up. It's almost here. I'm telling you. It's almost here, my friends. All right. We're going to leave that there. Thank you so much for coming here, Taurus. You know how much I love you. Please show me some love in the comments. I'd like to see who's talking to me, who's connected to me. And if you choose not to do that, I hope that you choose to reach out and touch the thumbs up for me. Get me back in the algorithm. Thank y'all. Love you. Up for now. Bye-bye.